Wonderful. Right. So let us quickly walk through what we have discussed in our last class, and then we'll continue it from there. So yesterday we have understood that IP address is a 4-digit or 4-byte number, right? And then we have said that the decimal convention of it is basically, or the convention of it is we will have 4-byte notations. And then we have tried to understand the relevance of subnet mask. Why do we need subnet mask? Because subnet mask tries to help us in identifying what is network ID and what is host ID, which internally also helps us in identifying what is the size of your network. And then we have tried to look into classful notation and classless notation. Classless notation is something which we call as CIDR notation. And then whenever we were trying to basically do this CIDR notation, so how would you basically deal with respect to your addresses is something which you were looking at. And today we would continue this discussion on I want to create a classless network with number of devices. So for that we will try to identify what is our network size. What is our network size? Okay. And then what we will try to understand is if I have a network, how can I create smaller networks in that network, right? So that is something which we call as subnets. So let us get started with that journey. Okay, right. Okay, right. Create a network, okay, with 2000 devices, okay, or create a network which can help in connecting 2000 devices. Am I clear on this? So we want to try to find out a network in such a way that it can help us in connecting to 2000 devices approximately. So how do we go about doing? Right, the most easiest way of doing this is, right, if you look at this question, the host ID size should connect to 2000 devices. Do you agree with this statement? We have network ID and we have host ID, and the host ID part of it should allow us to connect to 2000 devices. Okay. Yes, guys, do you agree to this, or is this statement confusing? Good. So now, can I write it in this way? 2 to the power of n should be approximately equivalent to 2000. Okay. 2 to the power of n should approximately equivalent to 2000. So let me open 2 power table. Okay. Let me write it as 2 to the power of 10. Okay. Let me see if there is any other table which will help us in doing this. I just need that table. Yeah. Now just have a look at this table. So what is that number that can take us close to 2000 in this table? Do you all agree that it is 11? Yeah. So answer would be n is 11, as 2 to the power of 11 will give us 2048 devices. Now, host size would be 11 bits. Okay. Now, we know about the host size now. What should be IP address? What should be IP address range? So we should basically take out 11 bits for host addresses. What should be IP address range? So generally, whenever we work with this notations, what we end up creating is we always end up creating a private networks. Okay, we always end up creating private networks in the cloud. Okay, although Azure allows us to use any IP addresses, it is a good idea to always stick to private CIDR range, right? So what IP address should I? What should be the IP address range? It is better to use private network CIDR ranges. So there are certain IP addresses which are basically fixed, which are basically fixed for private networking. So if you try to look into what are the private CIDR ranges, you would basically get through the answer of it. So private CIDR ranges are okay. What are the IP addresses that are reserved for private IP addresses? The first one is 10.0.0.0/8. Okay. The other one is 172.16.0.0/12. The third one is 192.168.0.0/16. Right now you are connected to your, if you are connected to your laptop, I mean, if you find out what is an IP address of yours, it would be 192.168. Even if I try, I get the same IP address range. If you go to your workplace and you try to find out what is an IP address of your laptop in your organization, then it would be some 10 series. But if your IP address belongs to any of these ranges, we are indirectly trying to tell that this network is a private network. This network is a private network. These IP addresses are reserved for private usage. So let's choose any one of the above ranges. Okay, so let me choose 192.168. So what I would end up doing is my IP address range would be 192.168.0.0 slash. Okay, so how many should I leave for my host sizes? 11 bits. Totally, how many are present? 32, right? So if you basically try to subtract 32 minus 11, 32 minus 11, what would be the value of it? Do you agree with this? Okay, so what would be the subnet mask? IP range would be this. Subnet mask would be 1234 1234. Okay, dot dot. Okay, let me put all zeros. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So totally we want 11 zeros. So 0 0 and 0. Do you agree to this? So the subnet mask for this network would be 255 dot 255 dot. Okay, let me not even worry about this. Convert. Okay, binary to decimal. Dot 248.0. Do you agree to this? Is there any confusion in understanding that? Good, good. Right. So now shall we try to do something else? Let's, okay. Or the next would be, what would be the IP address range for connecting to, okay, 3000 devices on your network. Can you guys try this? So I'm giving you 5 minutes of time. I want you to, you can take 192, 168 series for your convenience. Okay. You can literally take any one of them. Okay. Right. Can you guys do this? Yes or no? Yeah. Please try this. I'm giving you 5 minutes of time. It is 6:51 right now. 6:56. I will try to solve this. And what would be the subnet mask's value? Wonderful. Great. So let me try to do that. So we have to find a n value, 2 to the power of n, so that it is approximately equivalent to 3000. Okay. Now I'll go to this table, and 2 power 11 is less than 3000, but 2 power 12 is approximately equivalent to your 3000 value. So my n is 12. Okay. Now let me take an IP range. I will take an IP range which is different this time. 172.16.0.0 slash n is 12. Total number of stuff is 32. 32 minus 12 will give me 20. So my subnet mask would be, okay, I'm copying it from here. Okay. So rather than 3 zeros over here, I'll have 4 zeros. So which would come to 255.255.240.0. Do you agree to this now? Okay. Okay. So if given number of devices, can I find my network range? Okay. So now let's do a little bit more complicated stuff. Okay. So what would be the IP address range for connecting to you want to connect 1 lakh devices. You want to connect to 1 lakh devices, right? So if you want to connect to 1 lakh devices, what is that you would do? You would try to find out 2 to the power of n, which is closely equivalent to, sorry, 1 lakh. Now what will be the value of n? Let us look into this table. 2 to the power of 16 is 65,000. Okay, I think my n will be 17. Okay, so if n is 17, what would be the actual value? Slash 15. Okay, so if you see 192.168 is ruled out now. 192.168 has to be anything 16 or greater than 16. But here, okay, our IP address range, if I have to stick to IP address, I cannot give 192.168.0.0/15. This is not possible because the range starts from 16. Okay, I cannot do that. So I have to choose between these two things, right? So I'll take 10 over here. Now I'll tell 10.0.0.0/15. Now if I want to write my subnet mask now, my subnet mask could be, okay, this. So what is this value? 255.254.0.0. Do you agree with me on this? Okay, right? Right. So do you understood why I have not taken 192.168 series? Because my value has got in a place in such a way that, okay, so what was the value which I got? I got 15. But here, whenever you are choosing private IP address ranges, it has to be 16 or greater than 16. It has to be 12 or greater than 12. It has to be 8 or greater than 8. But what is the value which I got over here? 15. What is that we have over here? 16. So you cannot use this. You have to use something which is, right, less than. Here this is the minimum value. This is the minimum value of your subnet mask. It cannot be greater than that. It cannot be less than that. Okay, so for example, I cannot use this subnet mask if I want to do something like 10.0.0.0/7. Then it will not be private address. Then it will not be private address. Am I clear on this? Yes. Good, sir. Now if given a size, we all know how to choose a network now. Okay, so generally, okay, we would not work with one complete network. Okay, so for example, if you take any office building into consideration, if your office building is, if your office building is 3-story building, you would not try to give the whole network range to all the 3-story buildings at one shot, but rather what you would try to do is you will try to take one huge network and break it down into smaller networks. First floor network, second floor network, and third floor network. Do you agree with me on that? In first floor, if you have labs, you will have lab network separately. So what we try to do is, right, we try to break network into smaller networks, smaller sub networks, and these smaller networks are called as subnets. Am I clear on this? So generally, if you have a huge network, you will not try to take one huge network and then try to connect it to all. You can do that, but the whole idea is generally we break it down into multiple smaller networks. And these individual smaller networks are something which we call as subnets. Individual smaller networks are something which we call as subnets. Am I clear on this so far? Yes. Okay. Okay then. Right. So now let us try to basically look into, okay, this aspect now. Okay. Networks and subnets. Okay. So let's try to create subnets. Okay. Right. From a network. So over here, what I'm trying to tell is my IP range for my network is 192.168.0.0/16. What is this? This is my network IP range. Do we understand what that is? Yeah, right. So Arvind, if you want to decide on what is the range of this, I have said that we will be always using private IP addresses. For private IP addresses, we have only three ranges. Okay. So you would choose any one of them. And when it comes to 15 or 20 or whatever it is, the decision is based on how many devices do you want to connect, right? Okay, right. So this is my network range. So obviously my subnet mask over here is, okay. If you look at this IP range, my subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. Yeah, right. Now let's try to create a subnetwork, okay, or a subnet which can connect to 200 devices. So we want a subnet which can connect to 200 devices. So we know the drill. 2 power n, 2 power n is approximately equivalent to 200. So what is the value of n now? 8. Do you agree with me on this? Yeah, good. There is nothing new about it. So my subnet mask, okay, would be 255.255.255.0. Do you agree with me on this? Now what would be my IP range? Okay. Here understand one thing. My IP range should be part of that network. My IP range should be part of this network. Okay. So what I would do is I would try to tell 192.168.0.0/24. So what is the network ID of your network? 192.168. What is the network ID of subnet? 192.168.0. Do you agree with me on this? Network ID would be 192.168. Okay. Here the network ID of your subnet would be 192.168.0. Okay. Now if you look at subnet's network ID, subnet's network ID will always have network, main network's network identifier dot something extra, dot something extra. So am I clear on this? So if my network is /16, if my network is /16, can I create my subnet with /8? The answer of that would be no, because in that case my network ID would be 192. Okay, 192.168 should be mandatorily present, but our network ID is greater than. Okay, now our network ID is basically greater than, our subnetwork ID is greater than our network ID, which will never be the case, so understand one thing. So here you can connect to, okay, size would be approximately 65,000, right? Here size is 250 approximately. Now your subnet size will always be less than or equal to your network's size. Am I clear on this? So now let's create two more subnets, which can connect 200 devices each. Okay, now let me try to, we know 200, since it is 200 devices, we know the subnet mask. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. There is no doubt on this, right? Okay, now what would be my network ID? Okay, just let us try to look at this. Okay, so 192.168, this is fixed part. Okay, and after that we have a variable part over here. This is a variable part. Okay, so fixed part we cannot change it, so let us not worry about it. Okay, so in this variable part we have 2 bytes. 1 byte is basically for network. So let me try to do this. 0 0 0 4 zeros 5 6 8. Do you agree with me? Okay, so 192.168 dot this is what we have done, right? Okay, I've written the variable part as binary numbers. Now when I created my subnet 1, what was the range which I've used? 192.168.0.0/24. Okay, now I want to create subnet 2. Okay, so I cannot use the same range again because this IP address is already taken. So what I'll do is I will try to go to the next possible number. If you go to the next possible number, what would it be? 192.168.0.0 or sorry 1.0/24 subnet 3. Okay, in subnet 3 what will be the next number after 1? This will be 0 and this will be 1. So your subnet 3 will be 192.168.2.0/24. Am I clear on this? So we are incrementing the variable parts. I'm incrementing the variable parts. So if you look at this, okay, since we need 8 bits, this is fixed. This part is fixed. And the only case where we have variable is this area, right? So now let me go over here and then try to add the same stuff. Okay. Am I clear on this? Yeah. Now let us do one more exercise now. This time a little bit more complicated than this. Okay. Let's try to create subnets from a network. Okay. So this time my network IP range is 10.10.0.0/16. So what is fixed? 10.10 is fixed. Do you agree with me on this? Yeah. So now subnet mask. Subnet mask in this case is simple. 255.255.0.0. That's it. Okay. Now let's create two subnets which can connect to 1000 devices. So what is that he's asking for? He's asking that you have this network. Your network is of a size 65,000 approximately. Yes or no? In this network, I can create 65,000 devices. Is there any doubt on this? So what he's asking me to do is, he's asking me to try to create, okay, two subnets which can connect to 1000 devices. All right. So shall we try this? So 2 power n should be approximately equivalent to 1000. We all know what is the value of n. We have done this already. N is 10. Yes, n is 10. So subnet mask could be, what will be the subnet mask? Okay, let me try to take the value from here. Subnet mask could be, it is 10. Okay, so subnet mask could be 255 dot 255 dot, right, 252.0. Do you agree with me on this? Okay, fine. Okay, right. So now subnet mask is, life is simple, but how will I choose my IP address? Okay, so in my IP address, let us basically do this drill again. Okay, so what is that? 10 dot 10 dot, and let me write decimals. 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, 7 8 dot 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, so 4 4. Do you agree with this? This is the notation. But in this, the problem is, this is fixed part. Since I have to take 10 bits out of it, this is fixed. So the only area which I can play with is this one. So initially I'll be writing 10 dot 10 dot 0 dot 0 slash 22. Is there any confusion over here? Right. How 22? Money, I think this is a seriously irritating question, right? Just now we have done the math, right? I have to create 1000 devices. If I have to create 1000 devices, I need a network of size. I need a host IDs of size 10. Okay. In 32, if you remove 10, what will be the value of it? Right. So now I have to go for a next subnet. So in next subnet, also we have this challenge. So let me copy this. But this is already used, right? This is already used. Do you agree with me on this? So since it is already used, what I will do is I'll change the last bit to 1. I'll change the last bit to 1. So now let us try to convert this into binary. This binary into decimal. Where is that? So now my next range would be 10 dot 10 dot 4 dot 0 slash 22. Am I clear on this? Because last 10 digits are fixed. Okay, right? So now if I have to create one more subnet, so then I'll be writing 10 dot, okay, 10 dot 10 dot, here this is gone, so I have to use the next digit, so which comes to 10 dot 10 dot 8 dot 0 slash 22. Is there any confusion here? You have to just find out what is a variable part and what is a fixed part. Clear, sir? So I am not doing all of this logic over here. Okay, here I would be writing IP address is 10.10.0.0/22. Okay, now the next IP address range would be, okay, 10.10.4.0/22. Subnet mask could be the same. Am I clear on this? Okay, now shall we do one more thing? Okay, I'll try to basically try to create, let's create subnets, okay, which can connect to, okay, subnet 1 comma subnet 2. I want to create subnet 1 and subnet 2, okay, which can connect to, okay, 200 and 500 devices. Both are not same this time. So let me try to take another private range. So IP address range for my network is 172.16.0.0/16. Okay, this is what I've taken. Okay, so obviously subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. Now first I need to create for subnet 1. For subnet 1 I need to basically create, okay, sir, money, please focus on what is happening. Who will give all of that? Don't worry about it. Try to understand the logic over here. Okay, right? Okay, so subnet 1 we have to connect to how many devices? 200 devices. So if you have to connect to 200 devices, we will try to do 2 power n is approximately equivalent to 200, and the value of n which you will get is 8. Do you agree with me on this? And the value which you get is 8, right? So if my value is 8, if my value is 8, then what will I try to do? I'll try to put my subnet mask as simple as 172.16.0.0/24. Yes or no? Is this clear? There is no doubt in this. This is something which we have done already. Yeah. Now I want to create my subnet 2. This is where the challenge is. Okay. In subnet 2, if I want to create 2 power n should be approximately equivalent to 500. Then what is the value of n? 9. What is the value of n? Which is 9. Now let us try to write subnet mask. What is the fixed part? 172.16. Okay. And after that 0.0. Okay, let me try to use this. Okay, so in this, the fixed part is this. Okay, and this is a variable part. If I leave it like this, if I leave it like this, in 172.16.0.0/24, these addresses were used. Yes or no? Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to change this one to 1, right? So when I do that, what will be the value of it? 172.16. Okay, 2.0/23. Am I clear on this? Because if I put 0, it will try to take some of the IP addresses which were already taken from subnet 1 and your network will not work. That's where I've given a different number over here. That's where I've given a different number over here. Is this clear to you guys? Yes, great. Okay. So now if I try to tell you that this is my network size, okay, and when I basically try to create the network size, okay, when I try to create the network size, I would specify how many devices I have in that particular network, in that particular subnetwork. Can you create address ranges now? Okay, right? So is subnet mask same for all the subnets, right? Subnet mask, is it same for all the subnets, right? What will subnet mask tell, Nagaraj? It will try to tell the size of your network. If you want to create all the subnets with the same number of devices, then your subnet masks will be same, right? So if you are creating subnets with different sizes, then subnet masks also will differ, right? So in this case, what would be the subnet mask? 9. So for subnet 2, the subnet mask is 255.255.254.0. So how are they same? They are not same, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. So am I clear on this? Here we are working with binary. Here we are working with binary, right? So now if you want to create one more subnet, we will basically add it. But remember, if one subnet has taken the IP addresses, you cannot give the same IP addresses to subnet 2. Subnet 1 should have different IP address range and subnet 2 should have different IP address range. Am I clear on this? Okay. So generally, if you look at the stuff, your subnet will have a smaller slash number, your network will have a smaller slash number, and your subnet will have a larger slash number. If you see my network's range, I have 16 over here and I have 23 over here. I have 16 over here and I have 24 over here. Okay. Now let me try to ask you this question. I have to create two subnets. I have to create two subnets. So I have given my network IP range. This is my network range. 192.168.0.0/24. Okay, and I have created my subnet 1 with 192.168.0.0/24. Now I create my subnet 2 with 192.168.1.0/24. Is this okay or is there something wrong here? What is wrong? Okay, so the wrong thing over here is your network range you have completely given to one subnet. You're completely given to one subnet. So all of your IP addresses are finished. So subnet 2 cannot exist. Subnet 2 cannot exist. Am I clear on this? Okay. So subnet 2 would have existed if he would have done something like 25. Okay. And then he would have written something like 128/25. Okay. Don't ask me how I came with 128 because I've done the binary conversions. Am I clear on this? Right. Uh, Sir, how to connect different subnets as network IDs are different? Okay, we have not gone to that problem yet, Nagaraju, but let us go step by step. But if I try to give you a network and if I try to tell you different devices, can you come with CIDR ranges now? Okay, and this notation is not making our life difficult. Yes or no? because throughout Azure, whenever we create networks, we will be using this notation very conveniently. Okay, and I want everyone in the room to be very specific and very understandable with respect to these conventions. This is CIDR notation for you. No confusion on CIDR notation, right? So can I take it as granted that everyone in this room now is comfortable with CIDR ranges? See, now I get the question, what is CIDR? Shravan, were you part of the class yesterday? If you are part of the class, please go through yesterday's notes. Please go through yesterday's notes. Right? Right, sir. Okay. Now, what we would try to do is, okay, we just have a few minutes of time, right? I have my network, which is fine. But yesterday, if you look at my network principles, yesterday, if you look at my network principles, I have said that a device in a network can connect to the only other device in the same network. Yes or no? Okay. So from your home, are you able to connect to google.com? Yes. Are you and google.com in the same network? No, but you are still able to connect it, right? So how is this stuff happening? That is what we would start our tomorrow's discussion with. That is what we would start tomorrow's discussion with. Okay, right. Oh, is it Arshia? So I'll try to correct it. I'll try to correct it. I'm sorry, there might be some confusion. I'll try to get it corrected. Yeah. But still, if you go to directdevops.blog, generally the recent notes, right? So if you go into directdevops.blog, whatever is recent, you should be seeing that on the home page. So for example, AWS Azure Classroom Notes. Okay, recent notes will be on the home page. All right. Yeah, I think there is a mistake. I'll get it corrected, sir. Right. So that could happen. Yeah. Okay. Right then. So is this networking interesting now? Okay. So we know how to create smaller networks now, right? So I'll give you an exercise now. Try doing this. Okay. So this is an exercise for you guys. Okay. So this is your office building. This is your office building. And your office has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is your first floor. Okay, or I'll write it as G. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and over here 6. Okay, so in the sixth floor, they need to connect to 5,000 devices. Okay, in the sixth floor, they need to connect to 5,000 devices. In all the other floors, it is 500 devices. Am I clear on this? In all the other floors, it is 500 devices. Okay. So in the ground floor, also it is 500. Okay. Now this is your office building. Okay. So now your office building, okay, has a network, connectivity, and this network the range of this network is 10.11.0.0/16. This is your office network. Okay, and these are your, each floor is your subnet. Each floor is your subnet. Okay, and now try to come up with CIDR ranges for every floor. Can you do this? Okay, this is an exercise for you guys. Now you have to create subnet G, subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3, subnet 4, subnet 5, and subnet 6. And for each subnet, I want you to come up with CIDR ranges. Okay, so this is an exercise for you. Let me save this image. Copy path. All right. Okay. So try to create, okay, or try to calculate subnet CIDR ranges. CIDR ranges for the office network shown below. Okay. Try doing this. It is okay even if you are wrong, but just try to understand whether you are able to do it or not. Okay. So VNet 6. Right. Good. Okay. So try to come up with CIDR ranges for me. Try to come up with CIDR ranges for me. Right. Okay, sir. I'll stop it at that, and then we would try to continue this discussion. Okay, in our next class, where we will try to understand about how can I send a packet from one network to other network. That would be our next discussion. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time.